You're on.
Hey guys, TLC Unleashed here. What an exciting day. Look who I have with us. Troy Casey, certified health nut. This guy is certifiably a health nut. I mean, we've been going off. We've been talking
certifiable.
I love it. Look and check this out. I mean, there's so much complexity to you. I want to know, first off, how was the certified health nut born? Where did this come from?
Wow, that's a fantastic question. So I was in the Amazon researching plant medicine and working with the Shipibo Indians, and I was right in the middle of ayahuasca ceremony, and I had a vision which was the amalgamation of my on-camera career. I've been in front of the camera for 30 years. My comedy career, I was doing stand-up and improv at the time, and I'd been studying natural medicine and nutrition since I started my career in front of the camera, and all three of those came into one, and the certified health nut was born right in the Amazon rainforest.
I love that. So there's so much knowledge, so much wisdom going on about you. I mean, I don't even know where to start, but I love this. I mean, we're talking about supplements, we're talking about supplementation, holistic medicine, health, wellness. So you take it to a whole new level. But what I want to focus on today is self-care. I love that you have this topic of self-care and teaching people, because this is what we truly need. It comes from the inside out, and people don't realize that it's body, mind, spirit. It's the totality of everything. So I want you to explain to everybody listening how we promote self-care.
So self-care ultimately is taking care of the human body, your consciousness that you've been given. Self-care could also be called self-love. You know, everybody talks about love and kindness, but if your cup is not filled up, you have nothing to give someone else. So it's very important. I learned this as a parent. I learned this also as a person that got autoimmune disease from black mold poisoning. I learned how to take care of myself to the nth degree because I had to heal myself from something that was not healable, right? So how does the human body restore itself? How does it heal itself? Well, sleep's at the cornerstone of that. What's the research on sleep and circadian rhythms? So, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. is optimal, and the variations between there. The Chinese said 11 to 2 is critical, So the framework ultimately is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Also understanding where your stress are coming from. There's 7 major factors of stress: chemical, psychic, physical, electromagnetic frequency, chemical, and also I added digital stress because we're not factoring in going from one digital interface to the other and what that does to the brains and the neurology in every working day. It adds stress to our lives. And so also understanding the nutrition, only 4 to 6% of the nutrition on the planet is organic. The body requires certain phytochemistry to come into the body to activate our own biology. The closed organic cycle is a principle that's not going away ever in planet Earth, and so we require certain nutritional requirements: energy from the sun, minerals from the earth, and so basic fundamental principles: hydration, sleep, movement. The body is a pump, right? The pump for the lymph is the pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, and the diaphragm. So making sure that you're moving your body every day helps to move the interstitial fluid. A stagnant body of water is a cesspool. And so if you want to detoxify the body and keep everything moving, then you got to keep moving, keep your tissues lubricated. Ultimately, aging, premature aging, or the opposite of that, longevity. Aging is this: an old guy is going to walk like this. So the more you can get your posture aligned properly so that the energy can flow through the meridians and the nervous system properly. And so it's really understanding. First, I like to keep everything, because I can go sideways. I like to keep everything in the framework of mindset, movement, nutrition.
Nice.
Getting our mind straight, right? Nothing is more powerful than a made-up mind. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, the Wright brothers created the impossible dream, right? So nothing's more powerful than a made-up mind. Awareness of who you want to be, taking off your clothes, getting in the mirror, being honest with yourself. who am I and who do I want to be? Then finding that leader, that example out there on the internet, because the internet's full of great people now. It's full of a lot of blind leading the blind too, so watch yourself out there. But find the person that you want to emulate and see what they're talking about and start crafting your mind in that direction. And from there, you have to apply it into your own biology and physiology to see if it has ballast, to see if it's support in your own life, to see if it has application. Because there's plenty of ideas out there, but they mean nothing if you can't pull them off in reality. Does that make sense?
I love that. I couldn't have said it better myself. This is what I love about you. You are dynamic, but you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. And, you know, it's about taking care of ourselves, but it's about learning and opening ourselves up and, you know, growing and learning. And that's the thing. What do you think are the biggest mistakes we're making as human beings, and how do we fix that?
I think the biggest mistake I see out there in the health and wellness industry is that people are trying to outrun their bad diet, recognizing that only a small amount of the food out there is actually real food, and then moving in the direction and sourcing that. Also, people think that they can, you know, out-exercise their bad nutritional program and their lifestyle, but the fact of the matter is exercise, strenuous exercise, is a stress on the human body. And most people out there are facing burnout. So what I like to teach are de-stressing exercises, de-stressing movement. So the ancient yogis and the Taoists, they figured this stuff out 5,000 years ago. So very simple movements. I have my Zen swing, of course, that moves the lymph. It moves the circulatory system. It opens up the meridians so the energy can flow perfectly, and it lubricates the joints. It moves every joint in the body and the cerebral spinal fluid as well. And so this can de-stress the body and cover exercise as it is.
I like that. Okay, so how long are you doing that, and how many times per day? Is much needed?
5 minutes for a warm-up or a tune-up or an anti-stress at work or before a good meeting, or to get you out of your monkey mind because it'll center your mind. 20 minutes a day consistently to heal basically anything. Medical Qigong's a real deal.
I love that. Love that. So, I mean, you know, you're doing this every day. So what are the things that, you know, you're practicing and teaching people other than these, you know, the Zen and the drinking and all these supplements and stuff like that? Like, what are the things that you are promoting the most in life?
So, look, if the Zen swing is too difficult for people, how about walking? This is the way the body is moved, and it's designed to move through time and space. This is enough to keep you in shape. In fact, this was my main exercise after I had children starting in my 40s. And so for 7 years straight, tired, have food in your stomach, have a child on your back and one in the pram, I was, you know, walking for 7 years. That was able to maintain at least what I had. And so walking is a very good de-stressing and overall exercise.
I like that too. The reason I asked that is because we're trying to dumb things down a little bit, because people don't want to get out there. They don't want to get active. They don't want to keep busy. They want to just be kind of going through the motions, and a lot of people are drones, and they're kind of watching social media and seeing what other people are doing, but they don't want to get out there and do the work. So
the antidote to complexity is simplicity.
Nice. Dumbing it down a little bit, right?
Practical applications of the basics.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love this. Tell me a little bit about your products too.
Yeah, okay, so good. That's a good segue, because you asked what simple things that I have to do. If you fine-tune your nutrition, have awareness around your stress levels, and have good sleep, that are the most optimal leverage points that I do believe that you have. I think the trap is that people think that, oh, I'll just do whatever and then just get to the gym and work out and everything will be perfect. But again, strenuous exercise is another stress, so it'll just add to your stress. An overweight body is a stressed body. So what we have is nutritional convenience. My business partner's been growing organic wheatgrass on volcanic ash beds in Utah, far away from the city centers and pollution, on very mineral-rich soil, and we have heirloom seeds of wheatgrass from the Egyptian tombs given to him by Anne Wigmore, who started the Hippocrates Institute and left her legacy to my business partner, David Sandoval. So we have juicing without the hassle of juicing. I've been juicing for 30 years. I'm here to tell you it makes a difference on how you take care of your body and your tissues over long periods of time. And so get that micronutrition, get that phytonutrition, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes into your body as much as you possibly can. And we've provided convenience for people. Organic nutrition, pre-digested, goes straight into your bloodstream, so at least you cover your micronutrition bases. And then when you're out in the field, you can get some macronutrients, and if you can't get organic, just bless it and deal with it, and then you keep moving and always try and come back to the most natural foods that you can. And you know, what I like to tell people about, you know, gluten-free, you know what gluten-free is? Gluten-free is vegetables, right? Not the gluten-free garbage in the store that could be loaded with GMOs and sugar and all sorts of other things. Most people will do better getting away from the gluten for sure. In fact, most of the weight will fall off if you eliminate pasteurized commercial dairy and gluten. So those are two really big leverage points, guys.
Another topic I want to talk about CBD quickly.
Yes.
Because CBD is a big component in my life. And I love having CBD in my nutrition program daily. But a lot of people have this thought that it's pot, it's weed, it's all these different things. And I want us to educate these people and tell them that the benefits of the CBD and how we're applying it into our lives.
Yeah, great question. So look, CBD, I truly believe, is one of the major missing links to our nutritional needs. Why? Because the human body has an endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system is no different from the hormonal system, endocrine system, no different from the circulatory system, the digestive tract. It's a system within inside the human body. We have receptor sites for this nutrition. And so in 1937, it was vilified by the pharmaceutical companies, by the textile companies. They got together, they made it illegal, they vilified it, said we're all going to hell if you smoke it, it gets you high, etc. But back then, the THC content wasn't that high. They hadn't hybrided it yet. But they vilified it because it was outperforming textiles, plastics especially. So the Constitution was written on hemp. The first American flag was made out of hemp. And it grows like a weed. And I think its gestation period is, every 4 months or something. Yeah. So it can replicate, it can outperform paper, it can outperform plastics. And not only that, but it was the #1 plant in Middle Eastern pharmacopoeia and a top plant in Chinese pharmacopoeia. And so the medicinal aspects are extensive: pain, inflammation, mood elevation, anxiety, depression. There's a lot of research being done on cancer right now with hemp and marijuana. And so it's been vilified since 1937. The regulations are coming down now because I think the pharmaceutical companies and some of the nutrition companies are trying to get involved, and then they're going to start growing it with pesticides and herbicides. Buyer beware. You want organic everything. But I truly believe that CBD is a critical missing link. Try it for yourself. I've got high quality CBD. It's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Nice. It's all organic. So if you want to try it, put it in your bloodstream. I've got friends that have anxiety. They start taking it and it goes away immediately. And that's not right for everyone, and it's not the same story for everyone, but you can try it 100% risk-free. Yeah. It's worth the try. I love it as nutrition. I like superfood nutrition, micronutrition, herbal nutrition, if you will, and I've gotten incredible results for my own body for it.
Yeah, myself
especially
as
with
well.
Recovery.
Oh, absolutely, especially from stress-induced, exercising and things like that. Anxiety, sleep disorders, it's been great for that. I also have a client who has MS, and it's been great for her. So really helping with stuff like that. Okay, one last thing, Troy. Yes. I want to know, what's one thing that we can do as human beings to change the world and change the planet?
That's a great question.
I know he's got the answer. I know this guy has the answer because I've sat and listened to you we just met, so I've sat and listened to you for about an hour now, and it's like, I know that you're going to be the guy that changes the world. There's like a nugget there, and I know you got it, so it may not be right now, but I want you guys to follow Troy Casey, the Certified Health Nut. He is a phenomenal human being. He's got so much wisdom, and he is going to be changing this planet, one person at a time. So he's going to give you the nugget right now, and that's what you guys are going to do.
Yeah, we're all going to change this planet. First step that you need to do is start moving towards health. healthy mind, healthy body, healthy consciousness, spirit, understanding of what's happening on this planet. There is no separation from the environment. We are in symbiotic relationship with the environment. We are the environment. We're in symbiotic relationship with each other, with humanity as a whole. And so it's up to us to make those changes. Gandhi said, become the change that you wish to see in the world. So becoming healthy in today's world is a revolutionary act. So you got 70% of the American people that are obese or overweight right now. 1 in 2 have cancer. Diabetes is an epidemic proportion. So just becoming healthy, cleaning out your tissues. I've got 30 years in juicing and cleansing detoxification. Cleaning out your tissues, putting organic materials into your body, getting into the sunlight, grounding into the earth, loving yourself first so you can love your other brothers and sisters, and really getting that framework in the mind first, but ultimately becoming holistically healthy. That's going to save the planet.
I love that. So true. You guys, we've had so much fun here today. I want you to go follow Troy. So where do we find you? Certified Health Nut on Instagram, social media, Facebook, all that?
Certified Health Nut everywhere. Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut YouTube, Certified Health Nut Instagram, CertifiedHealthNut.com, Google Certified Health Nut, Troy Casey. It's out there.
Thank you so much for what you do to give back to this planet and to other human beings. And you know what? This is the guy. You guys want to follow him, make sure you go check him out. And we'll definitely be back. It'll be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're coming back. See you guys.
Sweet.